okay? For instance, you'll see a guy headlining at the Spear. They probably be getting a couple of $1 million. But you'll see a guy on the undercard of a big show probably making more money than that guy.
Floyd, I saw a thing this morning, him talking about keeping his money clean, stuffing hundreds of thousands of dollars in a plastic bag. These guys don't need money. A lot of times when you get these great champions fighting well past their prime, it's to make cash.
Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too.
Terence Crawford criticizes Floyd Mayweather for pursuing fights primarily for money. Crawford makes it clear that he has no interest in facing Mayweather and would never even consider such a matchup. He believes these fights are not about proving greatness but are instead designed to generate hype and large paydays. Crawford asserts that Mayweather prioritizes money over competition, seeking exhibition bouts even after retirement. He emphasizes that while Mayweather had his era, the spotlight now belongs to him, and he won't let money-driven demands distract from his accomplishments in boxing.
But I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever... Keep it real, boy. Keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fight. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
But you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll be this. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
Critics argue that Floyd Mayweather's recent involvement in boxing is more financially motivated than about preserving his athletic legacy. Once renowned for his defensive mastery and flawless record, Mayweather has turned toward exhibition fights that offer hefty paychecks but little sporting value. Analysts point out his constant display of wealth, suggesting that he doesn't need these fights for money, yet continues to take them. This has led many to conclude that post-retirement, his focus has shifted entirely toward profit rather than genuine competitive challenges, leaving some fans disappointed with the direction of his career.
Floyd, I saw a thing this morning, him talking about keeping his money clean, stuffing hundreds of thousands of dollars in a plastic bag. These guys don't need money. A lot of times when you get these great champions fighting well past their prime, it's to make cash. We see it a lot. These two don't seem to need the money. So I don't understand the need to do this. When talked about, Mike Tyson said, I still can't believe Floyd wants to really do this. It's going to be detrimental to his health, but he wants to do it. So it's signed and it's happening. Hey, when Mike fought Jake Paul, a lot was made of him being 58 years old. He's in tremendous shape. I mean, I saw him, and even in there, right, he couldn't get going at the rate that he expected. But early, he was fighting like Mike Tyson. Floyd Mayweather's much younger, but he's so much smaller. So I get why Mike is like, yo, I don't know what this dude wants to do. Because there was a world where no one would ever thought that those guys would end up in the ring together. And again, they don't need money. I imagine, though, it's going to be a boatload of money.
Former world champion Timothy Bradley has voiced his opinion on a hypothetical Crawford versus Mayweather matchup. He notes that Mayweather historically struggled against southpaws, and Crawford's adaptable style would pose serious challenges. Bradley insists that Crawford possesses skills Mayweather cannot handle: switch hitting, sharp timing, and in-ring adaptability. He dismisses Floyd's reputation as untouchable, claiming Crawford's dynamic approach would penetrate his defense. Bradley even suggests that Mayweather is not unbeatable when facing fighters like Crawford, fueling further debate among fans of both fighters.
Oh, absolutely. But Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too. He will beat him too. He got everything it takes to beat Floyd. Floyd struggled in the first half against Zab Judah. Zab Judah, a damn terrific fighter. Terrific fighter, but he ain't no damn Terence Crawford. Especially from the southpaw position. Floyd didn't like fighting southpaws. Floyd reached with that right hand. You think he's gonna reach against one of the best back foot counterpunchers in the game? He gonna reach with that right hand against Crawford? He gonna get slept reaching with that backhand, the way he reaches with that. That level change backhand he throws too, no, man, that pull jab he does too, that ain't gonna work. That is not gonna work. Floyd got a 72-inch reach. Yeah, he had quickness, fast reflexes. However, Crawford got all of that too. He got all of that too. And he got a 75-inch reach. Great counter puncher. Can concentrate all night. Can put pressure on Floyd. He can even invite Floyd in. Yep. I noticed. Floyd's not having success. He started to step on the gas. That's what he do. And he gonna run into problems with Crawford because Crawford hits harder than him. Crawford is the most complete fighter that I've ever witnessed in real life.
Conversely, many analysts argue that comparing Crawford to Mayweather is unfair. They highlight Floyd's extensive list of elite opponents. While Crawford has an impressive record, he has not yet faced the same caliber of competition, making direct comparisons uneven. These experts maintain that Mayweather's greatness is already secured in boxing history, whereas Crawford is still establishing his legacy and should not be prematurely placed on the same pedestal.
Everybody acting like Bud is the second coming of Mayweather. Y'all got the game fucked up. Mayweather actually didn't get hit. Bud gets hit by dudes that, like, who on Bud's resume is an equivalent of someone on Floyd's resume? So that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Floyd not getting hit by elites, Bud getting hit by non-elites, and somehow y'all think Canelo not about to touch him.
Boxing commentator Showbiz, the adult, presents a bold viewpoint, claiming Crawford deserves recognition above Mayweather for one key reason. He emphasizes Crawford's victory over Canelo Alvarez, noting that Floyd, despite his greatness, would likely never have taken such a high-risk fight. Showbiz highlights that Crawford moved up in weight and faced a dangerous prime opponent, whereas Mayweather carefully selected his matches for maximum advantage. This risk factor, he argues, enhances Crawford's legacy beyond Mayweather's meticulously managed career, challenging the perception of Floyd as untouchable in boxing history.
Why is Terence "Bud" Crawford greater than Floyd Mayweather? Or better than Floyd Mayweather? Greater is a little bit different. Greater is impact, resume, all that shit, but better. Terence "Bud" Crawford, after what he did last night, is better than Floyd Mayweather because there is no way Floyd Mayweather would attempt to do that crazy shit. See, that's the insane Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler after being gone for 5 years type shit. Never being at middleweight, first fight at middleweight, being against Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Terence "Bud" Crawford never been on middleweight shit. The most he's been is super welterweight, and he was only there once. And he's fighting at 168 against one of the greatest super middleweights of all time, one of the greatest middleweights of all time, pound for pound, one of the greatest fighters of all time, reigning undisputed champion at super middleweight. That is unheard of, and that's something that Floyd Mayweather wouldn't even attempt to do.
Interestingly, Terence Crawford has grown frustrated with the constant comparisons to Floyd Mayweather. He has made it clear that he has no desire to fight Mayweather, stressing that Floyd had his era long ago. Crawford insists that this era belongs to him, and instead of looking backward, fans should celebrate the accomplishments he is creating today. While acknowledging Floyd's greatness, Crawford maintains that legacies should not overlap. In his view, obsessing over a matchup with Mayweather is unfair, as Floyd has retired and passed his prime, while Crawford is still in the midst of establishing his dominance.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going up that much.
Now,
Danny Garcia, a fighter experienced against top-level opponents, offered a diplomatic response when asked who would win between Mayweather and Crawford. Rather than choosing a side, Garcia suggested the bout might end in a draw. He explained that Floyd's defensive mastery, combined with Crawford's offensive adaptability, could cancel each other out in the ring. Garcia's perspective reflects the respect both fighters command, as many believe their skills are so evenly matched that even a hypothetical fight would not produce a definitive winner. His comment adds another layer to the ongoing debate among fans of both champions.
Crawford has the tools to beat him. He has the long arms. He switches lefty and righty, but Floyd was pinpoint accuracy, tremendous defense. I just think whoever at 147, That's tough. I don't know. A draw.
Okay, what about Oscar De La Hoya and Crawford at 54?
Oh man, Oscar was a hell of a fighter, man. I think they could beat each other. To be honest, I think Oscar could beat him. Oscar's a hell of a fighter. He got great jab, good footwork. Oscar was a tremendous fighter. I feel like people really overlook his resume. He's an Olympic gold medalist. That's the hardest thing probably to get.
Former world champion Shane Mosley believes Floyd Mayweather's size would be a disadvantage against Terence Crawford. Mosley argues that while Floyd is technically brilliant, he is too small to withstand Crawford's power, reach, and versatility. He suggests that Mayweather's defensive style could be neutralized by Crawford's ability to switch stances and control the ring with physical advantages. According to Mosley, this is the crucial difference. Floyd thrived against opponents closer to his size, but against a naturally bigger and stronger Crawford, the gap would be significant. His comments highlight that size, alongside skill, plays a critical role in hypothetical matchups.
Even though I've got serious personal differences with Terence Crawford, and I have ethical issues with Terence Crawford in the way that he negotiated certain things and certain things went down. However, at this point in his career, and I really believe since he's at 135 pounds, there's no questioning the greatness and how terrific a fighter he is. So after he beats Canelo Alvarez and becomes the undisputed champion in his third weight division, people start asking the question of whether or not he's better than Floyd Mayweather Jr. And I think that is a fair question. And the reason that I say that is because they're the same size. They're the same size. They fought by and large in the same weight classes, and dominated right after one another. Really, there was the period of Andre Ward in between them. I would love to throw Andre Ward in the conversation, but I don't think that the comparison is as clean and easy to make between Terence Crawford and Andre Ward as it is between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather Jr. Just again, because of the similarity in the weight classes that they fought in. So when Shane Mosley chimed in and talked about the two, my ears perked up. Perked up because if you recall, Shane Mosley was the one that gave Floyd Mayweather Jr. his most dangerous fight, without a doubt. His most dangerous fight, the one where Shane Mosley landed on Floyd Mayweather 2 times and rocked him in the first round. Shane was an older fighter. Floyd bared down and won the fight.
Showbiz, the adult, added nuance to the Crawford versus Mayweather discussion. He pointed out that Crawford's victory over Canelo Alvarez has sparked debates about his legacy potentially matching or surpassing Floyd's. However, Showbiz cautions against oversimplifying, noting that legacies cannot be judged by a single fight. While Crawford's win was historic, Floyd's career spans decades of dominance across multiple weight classes. According to Showbiz, comparisons require examining consistency, quality of opposition, and long-term impact on the sport. His balanced view acknowledges Crawford's greatness while respecting Floyd's established legacy.
Not add a heavyweight to my Mount Rushmore. My Mount Rushmore is best boxers. Greatest is different. Greatest is impact. Now you're talking Floyd Mayweather, you're talking Muhammad Ali, you're talking, all those guys, Sugar Ray Robinson, everybody. But this is best. And sadly, when it comes to the heavyweight division, just by nature, the little guys are the better guys, okay? Not only are they better skill-wise, they have more opportunity to do greater things. Because they're small, they can go up weight classes, they can kind of test themselves more. The heavyweight division is at the top of the mountain, all right? So they're the badasses of the badasses. You kind of go up to them, but they can't push themselves up much more, except for within their weight class, they fight a very big guy or whatnot, like Usyk did with Tyson Fury.
Trainer Stephen Breadman Edwards offered a refreshing perspective. He urged fans and media to stop forcing comparisons and allow Crawford to enjoy his recent achievements. Breadman emphasized that Crawford's win over Canelo was a once-in-a-lifetime moment that should be celebrated without dragging Mayweather's name into it. He also criticized immature debates that unnecessarily pit fighters against each other. For him, Floyd is retired and should not be part of the conversation. The focus should be on Crawford's accomplishments, giving him credit without overshadowing it with endless discussions.
To Floyd.
You know, man, I don't really want to compare him right now, Hans, if we seeing everything that's going on with Floyd and Roy. You know what I mean? And, you know, they competitive guys. Next thing you know, Bud and Floyd will be mad at each other, man, and wanting to fight because people is like putting them against each other. Let's just enjoy the moment. I don't know. It's a close fight. You know, it's things Floyd do better. It's things that Bud do better. But I'd rather not say, because I'm not going to just lie and just say nothing, like, and make up something just to, I got my opinion on, you know, how the fights will go, and, you know, but I think we should just let the man enjoy his great moment. He's a great fighter. And I see a lot of immature stuff, and I don't like the way things is going with Floyd and Roy. They two guys that a lot of the younger guys look up to, and they taking shots at each other in the media because of the who's better and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I just want to see Bud enjoy his moment. And, you know, unfortunately, they didn't fight. You know, they could have made, they kind of two different eras, though. Even though they was fighting at the same time, Floyd kind of was doing his different thing over there with PBC, and Bud's a lot young, about 10 years younger than him. So it didn't happen, and we got to just live with it. You know what I mean?
The boxing world remains divided, and the debate continues endlessly. Many fans argue that Terence Crawford would defeat Floyd Mayweather due to the risks he has taken and challenges he has overcome, particularly moving up in weight to beat Canelo Alvarez. Others point to Floyd's undefeated record and defensive genius as undeniable. The truth may be that both men are exceptional in their own ways, representing different eras and approaches to boxing. This ongoing debate highlights how both fighters have left a lasting impact, each building a unique legacy that continues to inspire admiration and discussion.
Terence Crawford's gonna win. I used to think that the size difference was too much, that Canelo Alvarez was like, man, how are they gonna do this? He's 168, Terence Crawford's 147. But seeing what I've seen from Canelo Alvarez and seeing what I've seen from Terence Crawford, and while Terence Crawford didn't look great in his last fight, he looked awesome against Errol Spence. But to me, Terence Crawford is as good as they come. He's another all-time great. He's a legend. He's one of the best that I've seen from a pound-for-pound standpoint. But to me, Terence Crawford, he's older, but a lot less wear and tear. He turned pro in 2008, but he has 41 fights to his name. Canelo Alvarez has 63. Canelo Alvarez also has taken more shots, has been in more wars, quote unquote, whereas Terence Crawford was just beating everybody's ass for a very long time. And almost all of his fights have been one-sided. And two, I think Terence Crawford's going to beat him in September. I don't know how, but I think he's going to win.
Crawford's victory over Canelo Alvarez is widely regarded as the defining moment of his greatness. Moving up to weight classes to face one of the most dominant champions of the era was a bold and risky move, yet Crawford executed it with precision and control. The fight demonstrated that he is not only highly skilled but also fearless, willing to challenge himself in ways few fighters would dare. Analysts agree that this triumph elevated him into the conversation of all-time greats. For Crawford, the win is more than just another victory. It defines his legacy as a fighter who took risks and succeeded.
After Terence Crawford defeated Saul Canelo Alvarez to become the new undisputed super middleweight champion and achieving GOAT status of his era, a lot of people are wondering now, what could be the next step for Terence Crawford? And to be honest with you, there's a couple options. The great man himself did state a move to middleweight division could be his next step. And of course, a certain someone caught wind of this. With this interview, Joanna Beck posted this with two emojis with a thumbs up and an A-OK. And to be honest with you guys, I would love this matchup here. I mean, Joanna Beck is one of the most feared and avoided boxers in the entire game today. And look, stylistically, this could be an absolute epic matchup. I mean, the boxing IQ and thunderous power in Joanna Beck versus the GOAT himself. Who wouldn't want to see that? But of course, there are rumors that Carlos Adames could be Joanna Beck's next opponent, and that could be a huge unification to see who's the top dog at 160. But after that, who knows, man? And of course, the next option could be the rematch between Saul Canelo Alvarez. And for me, I would absolutely love to see this. I mean, the first time round was absolutely amazing to see Terence Crawford achieve greatness. But to do it again, guys, who wouldn't want to see this? And to be honest with you, it could be even bigger than the first time round. Or option 3, in my opinion, could be retirement. I mean, what he's achieved in the game is absolutely unbelievable. Undisputed, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And defeating the guy, the man himself, Saul Canelo Alvarez, to achieve that. What more is there to achieve at this point right now, guys, honestly? But look, knowing Bud, I'm pretty sure retirement is out of the question. Well, at least for now. But after what he's achieved, no one can question what he decides to do next. And look, guys, for me, even if his next move is to go to middleweight, best believe I'll be there to watch it, guys. But guys, what's your thoughts about all this? And what do you think Terence Crawford should do next? Let me know.
That concludes today's video. Stay tuned for more, and until next time, keep following the action.